The market actually is dropping to back to like 2022. Like, I'm gonna put it on a monthly. So this is the last time we had a severe market drop like that, right here in 2020. Literally, like the beginning of 2020 was the last time the market dropped. But these are gaps that the market never came back to. Um, Fair value gaps. I think I sent something. I sent the course material on fair value gaps because you knew. I want you to like how new are you to trading? Like,
Well, I just been my eyes been on the mark on the charts since 2020,
mm,
and I haven't like I just started taking the market serious about 2 years ago.
okay. So this is usually the third year when you start taking the market serious. The third year is when you start seeing the results of you taking the market serious.
Facts, facts, facts,
So
facts.
you
I
coming
mean,
into the right area.
oh yeah, and then I'm gonna just say this, and I know that I'm growing because it's a lot of things that I used to watch and hear about that now when I go back and watch them and hear about, I can like see it, but I'm still struggling a little bit to, apply it with pressure.
Got you. Like you heard of do you know what fair value gaps are? Like, because that's
Yes.
basically what this like when you looking at order blocks are kind of similar to fair value gaps. Like if I marked up the fair value gap on these, it would literally be within most of these order blocks. Like down here, this is a monthly fair value gap. Like right here, that the market left. It's like within like the order block. Like this is the gap right here. See how it's like within. This is a monthly fair value gap right here. Components and show you another one. Like that's where the market is right now. It's like down here. It's the order block. That's why I don't use them because I'm using order blocks. And order
Okay,
blocks are
okay.
like it would probably confuse you. Like if you was looking at a order block and looking at the fair value gap, it would confuse you. It would probably definitely confuse you if you're looking at an order block and you're looking at the fair value gap. Now it sold past this weekly order block, the 30, the Nas sold past the weekly order block. Now I when it does that, you gotta look to your left and also look that the market doesn't like gaps. Like this is all one big space that the market never came back to. So while people may be in a worry and in the panic that the market is selling, just take the fucking sales. Like take these sales while
Big
the
fact.
market is dropping and take them at the time like those times I was telling y'all it plays those times. Like I don't know. Like the pull up, it pulls up right at market open. So within the 4 hour candle, I took them off. But let me see. So it plays them times. I'm gonna go to the 9 a.m. 9 a.m. right there. You see how it never came back up here?
Right.
That's what I was saying. Like it doesn't come back up to that entry. You gotta think that this is taking 4 hours to get to. So when I'm saying to put it above these 4 hour structures and you be like looking as if, I might have a wide stop. Once you go into profits, you can move your stop into profit. But if you look like when the sale started, from when the sale started on Wednesday, it never came back up. Like, look how small the stop would have been. Like, to hold. So sometimes I'm telling you, at the 4 hour candle, like if you trade in the 4 hour candle, just drop down. You know the 4 hour candle come out at this time, but it's gonna pull back after that 4 hour candle. So
Okay.
you see what I'm saying? I'm not saying enter at
Yeah,
that
that's
time.
what I was confused about. I was confused about that, but now I'm seeing it from the 15 minute. I see
Yeah,
what you mean.
yeah. Like you come down to the 15. Once you know it come out at 9 o'clock. The 4 hour candle come out at 9 o'clock on Bitcoin. Come down to the 4 hour. Look, you wait a few minutes. Look, it come up. It's gonna make its peak, and then you can take the drop. It never came back. It never came back above that peak. This is all within the 4 hour right here. It's happening on a 15 minute. You can see it happening on a 15 minute. But like wait a few minutes after that 9 o'clock handle. Like entering that 10 o'clock oppose. Like this is 9:15, 9:45, 10 o'clock would have been a good time to enter. And it never came back above 10 o'clock handle.
Right.
You understand? But that's within this 4 hour candle.
Okay. Okay.
You understand now? So it's not it's the same thing like when I'm looking at like the Nas. The Nas they first New York candle on a 4 hour is at 10 o'clock. Now, this is where you don't have to have FOMO. Like the way I laid it out, the chart out is so that you can see price action. So it's marked on these levels and these support and resistance levels so that y'all can see price action happening. Like y'all can, it's more or less to show y'all which way price is actually moving towards. And now, while Hakanashis don't measure the actual price, it measures the average price, like the price that it's averaging which way it's gonna go. So when you see them coming out like this with no wick at the top of the candle, it's measuring basically an average is gonna go in this direction. You have a higher average of it moving in that direction. When you have traditional candles, hey Mike, when you have traditional
Yo,
candles, it's
paper
unclear
route
price
in
action.
full effect. What's happening?
What's up? When you have traditional candles, you can't see. Now I got let me show you something. I got a indicator where you can see both Hakanashi is a Hakanashi indicator. Where you can see the Hakanashi at the on top and the traditional candles on the bottom, like so you can if you want to compare it, the candles. So you'll go here, it's right here, the Hakanashi indicator. So see now I can see how like if you wanted to like see it, see the like you used to looking at traditional candles. If you look if you're used to looking at traditional candles, then and you want to compare it into the Hakanashis, then you can look at it like that. Is the Hakanashi indicator that will put the traditional candles on the bottom and your Hakanashi candles at the top until you get used to using it. Like if you want to get the actual price, as I know, like I might have been taught using um traditional candles, but I learned from a lot of the traders that I learned from are have 20 plus years experience. One of the traders I learned from has 20 plus years. The other one has like 10 plus years experience. They all trade with Hakanashi candles because it measures price action. Like if you're trading price action, you should be using Hakanashi candles. But if you wasn't taught how to use them or you're thinking that you're getting tricked out of price, you're not. it actually is meant to give you an advantage in the market because it's measuring the average of which way it's going, so it's easier to spot the trend as opposed to when you see on a traditional chart. Let's see, this is clean right here. Like you're trading the 15 minute and it's changing, it's like usually changing color, going back and forth with the different changes of color. Why this will say one color on your traditional candles, it doesn't stay that one color, so you can't see the trend.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Uh, I like the Hakanashi candles that you be using
Mhm.
because I remember the one session that we had. You were saying how like when you start seeing it waking a whole lot,
That's unclear price
that
action.
kind of like say that again.
It's unclear price action. That's what it is.
Right. And then you were saying something about like how it is also indicating that the pressure I guess is low in that area. So
Hmm.
it's either planning on pulling back or whatever the market want to do, pull back or reverse or whatever it does. But keep an eye on that. And then I like it because I see a lot of I see the order blocks more than I would on the traditional candle.
You do see more order blocks on Hakanashi, but that's because it's measuring price. That's why you see more order blocks on here than you would when you use the traditional candles. Like it's not going to be the same order block. Like you see how it took some of the order blocks off.
Exactly.
You see that?
Right.
So you will be
Right.
missing trades because it's like this. It's choppy.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
very choppy. Like you won't be able to. While it's measuring actual price, you're gonna miss the trend. Like it's easier for you to get faked out. Like you not knowing which way it is right here. So I was taught on Hakanashi candles. Trust me, I tried different candles when I didn't know what I was doing. I went even tried these before and I was like, what the fuck is this? These Renko candles.
I know, man. It's crazy.
When you first start, you don't know what candles to use because nobody don't tell you. If you don't got a mentor or somebody to tell you how to set up your chart, you just be kind of freestyling it when you first start. And I did a lot of
Exactly.
freestyling. So I'm trying to help y'all avoid having to freestyle and guess what's going on in the market.
Man, we appreciate you for that, though. That's for sure, man. That's for sure. Definitely.
So I want to see y'all have results. I want to see y'all win. I want to see y'all have that aha, understand. I see it now moment. Because if you can understand what's happening in the chart, it's gonna make your trading a lot. Everything else is like secondary. I can see what's happening. Everything else is secondary. Like I can delete everything on this chart and remark it up clean and show you like everything. Because I'm used to looking at a naked chart. Like I can spot my order block. I can spot order blocks without this, just knowing that it's the last candle before the reversal. Now, it might not always appear on there. It might not always appear on there right here, but the order blocks might not always show up. But I know I can spot it. Like this could have been an order block because it's the last candle before reversal right here, before it started selling. A last candle, a sequence of candles.
Mm.
On gold is marked as a sequence. Like when gold was consolidating, those are the last sequences. This is like right here. This order block here is like the sequence of candles because it was just consolidating right here. You had the red candle and then you had all this consolidation. And I was saying, don't touch it. When it's doing this, this is unclear. It was basically like not telling you which way it was gonna go when it's doing all of
Right,
this.
right.
That's what I was saying. Like, don't touch it yet because it gotta break out of this. So it's not, oh, I missed the move, but because you had to wait for it to break out of this to tell you which way it was gonna go. Otherwise, you're like guessing. That's guessing. Like I'm gonna just hop in because it looked like it's going up, or I'm gonna just hop in when it looks like it's going down. On a lower time frame, you're gonna see it making them moves all the time. But when you're trading a higher time frame, you don't see it like it took 4 hours for this to happen. It might have started happening on a smaller time frame.
This meeting is being recorded.
It might have started happening on a smaller time frame, but it gotta coincide with what's happening on a higher time frame. So if you're scalping and you're using these levels for scalp, it just gotta make sense to the higher time frame. Whatever's happening on this higher time frame, you're gonna see it here first. You're gonna see it happening here first, but it gotta make sense with what you're doing. Like it gotta make sense that you're following the trend. It's still in junction with you taking it from your support and resistance levels. These levels are support and resistance levels. Like this right here, the monthly low is a level of support. To the mid from the monthly low to the monthly mid, that's a level of support to a level of resistance. Under here, underneath it, long as it's underneath this monthly low, you will be looking for sales. That's like price action. That's like giving you a direction of how price is moving. So it's like going to the month and breaking down what's happening within the month, or coming to the weekly and breaking down what's happening inside the week. So when you looking at the weekly on the 4 hour chart, how you break the week down without these, let me move these so y'all can see. But how you break the week down. So from here, from the low weekly low to the weekly mid level is support resistance. Once it breaks above, this becomes your new level of support. This becomes your new level of resistance. The weekly high becomes your new level of resistance. When it's underneath here, this will be where you looking to take your sales from. Or when it first break, you looking to take your sales from here. And if it's rejecting the weekly low, then you take your buys from here. As long as you're seeing it rejected. And signs of a rejecting is stuff like this. When it's wicking like this and not really having a candle close below. Now on a smaller time frame, you might see a candle close below, but that's a wick on a higher time frame. So you might see a candle close below the weekly low on a lower time frame, but you want to trust the candle close below on a higher time frame because it took longer for that to happen. So you want to wait for it to break below your resistance before you start taking sales. Like this still would have been a good position because it pulled it this morning it was pulling up and pulling back down, pulling up and pulling back down. But Fridays is really not a good day to trade. The less you in the market, the better because you'll win more and lose less. That's why you should be have the trading plan tells you to have a day the days you trade put up so you know like if I'm following my plan and I'm only trading these days in this session, then it's less likely for me to lose. I'm not missing out on nothing because I know the moves that I'm looking for is going to happen in this session, or it's going to happen in New York session, or it's going to happen in London session. If you only trade in London and New York, and those are the only two sessions you trade, don't look, don't be looking in Asian and Sydney session to be like what's happening because you got to give your eyes a break. It's okay to like give your eyes a break and step away from the chart and study the stuff and work on stuff that you need to work on. You don't want to over trade because then you'll be thinking stuff is not working and you don't get to see what works. It's easier to spot what works and doesn't work for you when you in the market less. You're still going to put like this market is live 24/7. That don't mean trade it 24/7. But last Saturday, I mean, I don't trade on the weekends, like, because Bitcoin is funny. Like, I trade Bitcoin. Bitcoin is funny on the weekend. Sometimes it might make some move on the weekend, and a lot of times it just do this shit on the weekend right here. This choppiness. Yep, I can almost tell that that was probably the weekend. Last Saturday though, it did go up last Saturday. It made a not a sell last Saturday, a drop last Saturday that it don't typically do. Like it did this. They don't usually typically move that much on a Saturday. But take it from the resistance level, even if you're taking it on a smaller time frames. These 15-minute order blocks work very well. Some people base their entries off just the 15-minute order block. Like you see, they work pretty well. So if you want to use it as for scalping, use it on a 15-minute. But it gotta align with your trend, with the direction of what you're trading. When you trade against the trend, you're gambling because that's not a calculated risk. That's you trying to hurry up and like make some money on a pullback. So just in like back testing this, let's see. What pairs did y'all take your L's on this week? So we can go back and review it. As this is what I took my L on here on that reverse.
Yeah, I took an L on 30, and then I think I took another L on I know I took an L on Bitcoin, but I'm trying to remember like what had happened when I had did that. Or
You
well,
gotta
it
start
was that.
journaling. Journal your wins just like you journal your losses. Journal
Yeah,
your
I'm not
wins.
gonna lie. I typically don't even be journaling because I don't be knowing like what I should be putting in my journal.
So
Like I should just put. I'm listening.
when you journal, you wanna put down one, how you feeling, okay? The setup you getting into. If you write down why you getting in that setup. Like let me show you something. And here inside the Discord, when I call out trades, I always typically put why I put get in the trade. For every trade that I get in, is a whole thing on why I get in the trade. See, this is what you're gonna put
Okay.
when you journaling. So even if you write it in like your iPhone notes or you get a notebook, however you feel comfortable writing, it's more personal when you write in handwritten. But if you got an iPhone, you can journal on your iPhone, take screenshots of your chart, and say why you was getting in that trade, why you seen that setup. This way, if you take a loss, and you can know where to spot why you took the loss.
And then do you be going back and reading it and figuring out like okay this why like
Yep.
that's what you do, you go back and read it.
I do. I do go back and read my I do go back and read my journal. I do go back and read my notes. Any notes that I took.
Okay.
I got notes from 2022
Right, because you've been doing this shit for a minute though, right?
for 5 years.
Right.
I've been trading for 5 years and I got notes from back. Like I was taking notes before I even knew what was happening on the chart.
But wasn't it hard for you when mentors was telling you was saying to you like yeah you got a journal and then you was like What am I supposed to put on there? Like that's why I be not really like thinking about journaling or stuff of
They
that
didn't
nature.
really tell us that. Like a lot of my mentors was like indirect mentors. Like my when I first got in, I got in through the affiliate marketing. I went through IML Academy. I got in with a mentor. She wasn't mentoring me. So a lot of stuff that I had to first start out on my own. Now IML Academy wasn't bad. Like I just when they said like I used to get on all their calls and all the stuff. Anybody that was like giving information, I was like there to grasp the information before I knew what was going on. Before I knew what was happening on trial, I was like, I'm gonna just take the information because I'm gonna go back and look at it and see if it's true. See if what they telling me is true. I ain't know what the fuck I was looking at on the chart for like the first 2 years. And then my mentor, Dr. Spills, who has like 25, 30 years of experience, when he created an indicator, that's a lot of what you was seeing me post. If you look at my Instagram, that's what you're seeing me post, his indicator.
Okay, okay. I see what you're saying.
But he's the one who basically showed me the like how to see the chart, like the highs and the lows. Like nobody was basically that's like really what you're seeing, the highs and the lows. And people are overcomplicated and say a bunch of gibberish, but they're not telling you like what you're looking at. You gotta make higher highs and lower lows, and you don't know what the fuck you're looking at.
All right, I see what you mean. I definitely see what you mean. I'm gonna definitely work on my journaling. I'm gonna definitely work on that. I'm gonna
You could
definitely
also
work
say
on
like
that.
how you feeling about the trade. You could say I FOMO. Like I know I got in this because I was like scared of missing out. I know I got in this because I sentimental analysis is real. Like you might have a gut feeling like I think this is going. That's a real analysis. Like Wall Street brokers use sentimental analysis too.
Right. I was watching one of your videos that had said that one of the videos that you be posting,
Hmm.
as far as like, yeah, one of them videos. I was watching it the other day. It definitely said that too. And I be feeling like that too.
Yeah,
I guess
because
most of the
sometimes you have a feeling about something like, oh, I feel like I should close this trade, and you don't listen to yourself, and then it go in the opposite direction. You like, I had a feeling I should have closed it, and you ignored
like
yourself.
I had took a buy on Bitcoin that that morning that we took the 30 buy. I
And
only took that Bitcoin buy because I felt like Bitcoin has gone low enough to the point where now it's time for it to go sky high. But
yeah,
I was wrong.
you wasn't wrong though, because Bitcoin is going up now. So you wasn't wrong. You just probably got in too early. So your analysis, what you were seeing or what you felt was right, but it got it. You probably like you probably got in on this shit right here. Was that Wednesday morning or Thursday morning? Yeah,
Yes, definitely Wednesday. It was Wednesday. This was Wednesday.
Wednesday or
It's Thursday, actually.
Thursday. Yeah, this right here.
Yeah, one of them.
So if this happened Thursday morning. So by
Okay.
Thursday, also I want to tell you like on around 12 o'clock, the market start reversing. When London closed, when the London market closed, look, it literally comes back and retests like tries to retest New York's low or retest New York low. You see? And that's an entry. So around 12, 1 o'clock, the market started to reverse. But that was you wasn't wrong on the buy because it started buying back up. And it didn't come back below that 8 o'clock candle.
So right now I'm in another Bitcoin buy. I took a buy earlier today. I took a buy earlier today because when I went to the weekly, I believe it's on the weekly chart. The weekly chart, it shows that a CRT candle range. So I seen that the candle that I see that the price action that's current has hit the mid level. So
Mm-hmm.
because it hit the mid level, I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and
A
let me
buy.
let me take the buy and run the take profit to the last week high
To
and
this
then
week
close
to
from there.
the high right here.
Yes.
So you're
Hold
right.
on. But now
It's
you on the
gonna hit.
4 hour.
It's gonna hit. I will hold it. It's gonna hit. I would definitely hold it. You was right on it. You wasn't wrong on your analysis. Like it's still buying, and it's coming
So
out of a buy order block. So I will hold it, and it's rallying because of what's happening in the market. Like they need other assets to invest in. So when the market is dropping, that's why gold has sold because the dollar start pulling back up. That's
noticed
why.
that on the dollar. I seen that on the dollar. It's like
Yeah,
going back up.
yeah, the dollar was going back up. That's why you see gold selling, but gold don't sell for that long. Like gold don't sell for that long. If it break below this right here is like the key level. Like, is it gonna break below this right here, this mid-month level? If it don't break
So the
below
red dotted line is my fault. The red dotted line is the mid month level or
yeah,
the
yeah,
low.
that's my mid-month level. So that's gonna be here. Even next week
Okay.
when I go to mark up the weekly, this is gonna be here. And this is a strong level of resistance. So if it breaks this, then the sell is gonna continue. If it doesn't break this area, it's gonna buy very well. Because this is an order block right here. And go buy
What about
order blocks, play. That's why you see
what
it rejecting right here. That's probably why I started already buying up. Yeah,
what about that yellow solid line? What's that?
that's the weekly low.
Or the weekly low? Okay, okay, I see what you're saying.
This is
All
the
right,
weekly low, and this is the weekly mid section.
okay, okay, perfect.
But the it's gonna like you see how it already started buying because it didn't break out of there. This is a 4 hour order block it's coming out of. And go like these 4 hour order blocks. You see? Look how I be buying out of them. Go like them 4 hour order blocks. Them 4 hour buy order blocks, go like them. Not so much the sell ones, but the buy ones go like them 4 hour buy order blocks. Especially since it's been trending. So like next week you'll be looking for buys on gold. Definitely look for buys on gold next week because if it don't break this, it's gonna buy back up. And once gold makes up, been just like kind of like making new highs, like keeps making new highs. Like getting in a buy position on gold, and like if you wanted to like swing gold, if you get in a buy position at one of these resistance levels, like this right here, man, I didn't even look at gold today. And look, right around 1 o'clock, yep, market reverse. That would have been your entry down there, because that's the resistance. And see, this technically wouldn't be a break of the the daily trend because it's wick. It's not. This is not a change of trend. Look at it's not a solid top and it's not a solid bottom. Like it's just like I told you when it wicks like this, it's unclear price action. But the doji candle is is the signal of a change of direction. So this is while this might look like this was a sell, this was a pullback. It also pulled back, right? This is also a daily order block, a daily buy order block. So it literally just like pulled back into the order block and started to buy back up. It didn't break the mid this level. You see how it's rejecting this level right here on the daily. It's rejecting this level, the mid-month level. Just once it break this, it usually go. This is a strong level of resistance for gold right now. when Bitcoin break this level, it's gonna move because that's a strong resistance level. Like the mid-month level is a stronger resistance level than the midweek. Like when the midweek come, you can take it and like set this to your take profit. But when it break above this, it's breaking out of an order block. Like it gotta break it with force. Like you might see like an engulfing candle, like how I did here, like it broke that level with force. So when it break above it, it gotta break it with force. So it's gonna be like a strong candle like that, like how I did before, like right here. I broke above it and then made a high and came back down. This would be like your fair value gap right here within this order block.
That's uh a sell side fair value gap, right?
Yeah, it's within a sell order block though too. Look, so that's why I said like it's either or, but it's gonna come within the sell order block. So when they break it, it's gonna break with force. But this is a strong order block though, just based off of the sell volume that came out of it right here. This strong candle right here that came out of it is a that's the strength of this order block, like the strength of this area. So to break past it is it gotta break it with force because this is a strong area for sell.
So it got to break past the complete order block with
It
force,
gotta
or
break
just
above
like
it. It gotta like
okay
have a
above it.
candle break above it to know that it's gonna continue to buy.
And if it wicks, I just need to stay on the sidelines and figure out what the market want to do.
Do next, yeah. Like so, what all you would have to do is like so it if it wicks it and starts to sell back, like if you got this set up here as just as your TP right here, and it hits your TP and it starts to pull back. What you want to do is you want to wait until a candle breaks above it, right, and then get in. Like let a candle break above, and then I'm gonna get in because it's broke. Now I can see that it's gonna continue to buy. But if you don't got that confirmation, it's kind of risky to wait to take a profit past this order block. That's taking a risk. So up into here is your take profit from down here. Because this is a strong sell area. This is like where they put their money. This is so when you see stuff like this is where they put their money. This is the banks and institutions putting their money in heavy. They sell orders in heavy right here. So we got to get it past that. But Bitcoin always go up. You got another strong area right here, a key area up here on the daily. But this is what we originally called it at. Tweeted. This is what we had originally took the original buy at for Bitcoin. We ain't hold it. But I was like, when it came down here, I said Bitcoin gonna hit 100K. But shit show. That shit hit 100K when that shit broke. Past 100K from this order block. And it moved on this weekly. And it ain't been back to revisit. It closed out some of these buy orders and left liquidity. So this what it mean when it left liquidity. It didn't close out the candle. So it left liquidity down here. This would be your liquidity area that it left. Because this is the candle that it start these are the buy orders that it started to close out that it didn't on the weekly. That's the liquidity. So it'd be leaving liquidity on different sides. Like we're not gonna close out. We're gonna leave some open and come back and get it when we want to take y'all souls from y'all and have y'all thinking that market is moving in a direction that is not. Like
I
it's a
know this
lot of,
is more.
huh?
I know that this is more long term, but while I was looking at the chart on the screen, I was asking myself like, what if Bitcoin hit the 90? I think it's 96 or the 92 level from that demand from that I guess that's a demand area, right?
You talking
Well, that's
about
a
up
supply.
here?
Right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That supply area, that
Mhm.
sell area. Like, do you think? I mean, I know we uncertain to what's gonna happen, but we have some idea. But what if it hit that area and go back down to that demand level
Like
back
what?
in October? Back in October.
It can because it left liquidity down there. So that's what I'm saying. Like it left this liquidity down here on a weekly, and it leaves liquidity in the market to go and grab. This was like it came down here a couple weeks ago and took some and closed some of these orders. So liquidity is just open orders that the market didn't close out because you have to technically have the same equal amount of buy orders that you do sell orders, but that don't exist for Bitcoin because Bitcoin has never came back to the low that it was. So that don't always exist for Bitcoin, but they still leave open orders where like areas where they if they want to grab liquidity from they can like and this being an engulfing candle, two engulfing candles right here on a weekly chart, like this is a lot of liquidity to leave down here, and that's their money. This is where they took their big buys at, right here, from here, like right around a 70,000 area. They not trying to close that out no time soon.
What that mean? They're not trying to close that out no time
This is
soon.
their money, so they put their investments here.
Okay.
This is where you looking at the weekly chart. So this is where they put their money at. Why would we want to close? Why would we want to like close out our money right here? This is their money. This engulfing candles. A lot of people in money right here came in. Now they might have came and took some from it to get some like basically it coming back down here for them to put some more orders in. That's a look. They look. We gonna come back and get some more entries down here because right now the reason like Bitcoin is gonna probably go. It's gonna go past this high because they're rallying for Bitcoin right now. Like it's
That's what
getting
we waiting for, baby.
it's gonna go past this high. The Bitcoin got the rally behind it, and XRP gonna be behind it too, because XRP is the processing system that Bitcoin is gonna be is on. So that's what you're gonna process your Bitcoin payment through when you go to like certain McDonald's. Like in New York, they got the McDonald's some McDonald's that take Bitcoin, Chick-fil-A take Bitcoin. But this is the system that they're using, XRP. That's why XRP went up because they got a lot of contracts. But I had a mentor that had told me to buy XRP when it back in 2020, back in like 20, like back here when it was like low, and when they was going through that litigation and that thing that they won, they was removed off the blockchain. So if you had money inside of XRP, your money had got held in XRP. You couldn't get it out because they were going through litigation. Like they had to prove they like the nature of their coin, the business. They went through a lot of litigation and won. And now they're about to be one of the lead processing systems to process Bitcoin and Ethereum payments, like crypto payments. So that's called sticking to what you believe in. Like Think about XRP. Think about sticking to what you believe in. This is why the dollar brought back up.
And what you said about the dollar, you said the dollar gave out. That's why something else took off
That's
today or
why
something like that. You
gold.
said?
That's why gold was That's why gold was selling because the dollar was buying. Like
Oh, because the dollar was dying. But now, we see that the dollar is in that mid range.
yeah,
So now it's in the mid range. We should anticipate it going up to 106.
the dollar coming up here. It's not here yet. It's right
But what
here.
mid range level is that in?
This yellow dotted line. This mid range is the midweek. So next week, this
Okay,
mid range is going to change because this is going to get a new weekly candle. This
right, and then
this is
okay,
not going to change for the rest of the month. That's why this is a stronger level of resistance. That's why when it breaks this level, it's like a strong break. You see how once it broke below this level, look how it dropped. Like it broke below it on Thursday and it heavy drop. And that's when you got the big buy when it broke out of consolidation.
right, and then we just gonna watch for the new week opening to see if it's gonna go back up to that midweek level, and if it do, then it probably is gonna end up going up to that 106.
Yeah, they gotta break it. Yeah, they gotta break the luck. This right
Oh,
here.
yeah, yeah, the mid month level first
Yeah, it
before
has
the
to break this.
thank you, thank you. God, that's a bad.
So the mid-month level usually stays the same unless you get a new high or you get a new low up in a month. That's the only way I adjust it. Will adjust the chart. Otherwise, it's usually that it makes its high and its low usually at the beginning of the month and within like the first week of the month. But sometimes with gold definitely just keeps making new highs. So if it makes a new high, this like come up to here. When it comes to retrace this monthly high, it's gonna likely make a new high. Because gold doesn't just retest the high and you come down. It usually makes a new high. It's been making a new high consistently for I'm telling you, I know somebody got it down here.
So you saying that gold it already tapped into the month high.
hmm To the month order. This is a monthly order block that is coming out of that has been buying like this since October of 23. It's been in a buy trend since October of 23. And this
Yeah, but
was an indication to buy because it retested this. Look, so it retested the first quarter low right here at the end of the year. You telling me nobody else seen this and got in and probably still holding gold? Like, I really think that's a high possibility that somebody else is still holding
I'm convinced too.
it.
Somebody got in and they holding it.
Somebody is
You
holding it.
know how I feel about gold.
Listen, and a lot of people that trade gold, no position traders is holding. They're holding and they're taking profits on the way up. If you a position trader, meaning you got in at a good position, you just holding it. It's never came back to this low. You're not losing no money in any of these pullbacks. Like it's not coming back here. Like everybody keep waiting for gold to pull back, but it's not. Look, this shit. You talking about a fucking trend? That's a trend, and you can see that. But yeah, I think gold is gonna pull back anywhere, not anytime soon. Two engulfing for the last 2 months. So for Bitcoin, I will if you in it, hold it. Bitcoin been on a trend since September of 2023. Really, since 2022, December 2022. It's been going up, but it really went up this past year. So that's how I separate my years to see how to go back and back test. Like another way of back testing too is like when you see these major moves in the market, you can and you can go to like the day it happened and check the news. And this is how you would know how news affects the market. So like the news we got today, you can see how that news affects the market. But you could go back to like major news dates and go back and look at the market and see how it affects the market and see like stuff. Look at the candles before that date to see what was happening. So you can see like because the market is going to give you the same clues that it gave you before past that. Like you can see right here, like it gave us the clues of the choppiness, like it wasn't like breaking a certain level, it was wicking around unclear price action. So like you could see like that move was coming, like the sell was
But
coming.
now that my bad, but now that it hit the monthly mid level, right? Now we anticipating it to hit the low month level now
The like
because it just yeah it broke through that jump.
it broke through this order block and closed below it. It broke through this order block and closed below it. So like when you looking at fair value gapping and like in that arena, you will go to the lowest one would be the strongest one. Like it can literally sell down here. They in a trade war. It broke below that monthly mid. It can make a new low, and it broke that order block.
So where you highlighting that over there? You saying that there's a possibility
It
that
can
it
come.
can go down there,
It's definitely a possibility. It can come down there. This is a stronger order block anyway.
right? Compared to the
The
one
other
that's in the
ones like the
middle
other ones
between.
don't have like big candles coming out of it. Like this one has like consecutive like buys out of it, consecutive engulfing.
But the demand candle that is trying to violate the current demand, I mean the current demand order block that is trying to violate. Are you saying that it has already fully violated,
No,
or
because it
is it
wicked
like
it. It wicked it. Like let me move these. Hold up. I'm gonna move these lines and I'm gonna go back and show you. It hasn't. It is in a wick, so it has to break it. It has to have a on a weekly open. It would have to like
oh, okay,
open below this order block right here.
right, right. So right now we could look at this and say it's a possible sweep of liquidity too. We could say
Yeah,
that.
it can be.
Uh,
It can like come. It can reject this like right here because it's in. Look where it's at. It's like at a level of it's supposed to go up, but based off the trade war, like based off the news that we're having right now, it can go lower.
facts, facts.
Just this is the news did this candle this week. The news did it based off of Trump saying he's not budging on the tariffs. He's not, he's not lowering shit for them. Fuck them. Like, and it did this. and they're in the same trade war. The trade war is not going to end on Monday. Like it's not going market not going to open on Monday, and they're going to be like, all right, we're done, y'all. That's not how it works.
Exactly.
So that news can continue to push the market down. Take advantage of the sales. Take
But
advantage of
come
the sales.
but come Monday, that candle that's closed right there, come Monday, it's gonna be another candle being printed, right? I mean,
You're
I
gonna
know that
see.
kind of don't make sense, but
No, it makes
I mean,
sense. It's gonna be printed way lower though, because where it closed at, it closed at the low of the wick. So when you see a new candle open up, it's probably gonna open up from here and under here. Like
okay, okay.
it's gonna be an engulfing candle that's gonna open up on a weekly, and it opens up Sunday at 6 o'clock. So that's when we're doing the markup on Sunday, because you're gonna see the weekly candle open at 6 o'clock, and just look at it. We do it after it open. But look at that candle when it opened at 6 o'clock. It's gonna open way down. It's gonna open up here like the mid of the candle because that's the average of the candle that closed. So it's gonna open up in the average, and it's probably gonna have a flat top candle, and it's gonna come down. It's gonna be an engulfing candle that's gonna open up on a weekly. So is it gonna go lower? It's very likely that this is going lower than it. Very likely. So if you got in for a sell today and want to hold that shit.
Now I was trying to take a sell, but I was like too nervous, so I just left it alone.
So if you want to take, so if you want to get in a position on a weekend on a 30. This is where you would get in that. You get in that. Um, this is Wednesday, Thursday.
But what if that new candle that prints open goes back to the solid red level and then like a pullback and then start heading down?
It when it opens up, it's gonna pull back a little bit, but it's not pulling back where you got in at. Like so, it's not gonna pull up that high.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's way too far.
yeah, it's not.
Now I'm looking at the numbers.
Yeah, it's like it's not gonna pull back. It's gonna pull back a little bit, but it's not gonna pull back that hard.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Like you're gonna have like a slight pullback. So on a 9 a.m. candle, you see how on this 1 o'clock candle would have been your re-entry to take it and hold it for the weekend. Like if you got in like around 1 o'clock on a sell and decided to hold it, you see? I'm coming. Hold on. I'm I'm back. So if you get in, like if you wanna like say you was able to get in on Thursday for that sell when it first started selling. Thursday hour. So say you got in here, right? And you wanted to scale in a position for a sell because you've seen that the sell was continuing. You would have scaled in like right around 12, 1 o'clock, got a second position. Your third position would have been here, your fourth position would have been here, and you would have been holding it over the weekend because it's still dropping. And you would have like set your stop into profit while you scaling it down. So you would have been able to hold the position, and when the weekly open, you the next week open, you're already in like a higher position. It's not coming back way up here. Like it already broke this. It closed well under this mid month level. It's probably gonna make another low on when the week open. Like this is the 30. Like, can y'all imagine holding this joint to hit down there or hit down to the low? Can you see what kind of profits that would be?
I mean, I've been thinking about it, looking at these candles. I've been counting money like it's in my account.
Look, you gotta revisit that video. Listen, it's a video I put. Y'all gotta pay attention to this section because there's some of these videos that when I be watching them, like I come back in the market and it's like embedded in my subconscious, and I be coming out with the win. Like so, I be put. That's why I put them in there for y'all. I be like, y'all gotta watch this because if it do this for me, it can do that for y'all too. It's not because how you feel definitely it shows on the chart. You ain't feeling good, it's gonna show on the chart. Where is that? I thought I pinned it. This one right here, I sleep. I'll go to sleep listening to this. When when I first thought of my strategy, I was listening to this in my sleep, and I was like seeing charts and colors and stuff in my head, and like came up with a strategy after I watched it, listened to like put the headphones in and listened to it while I was asleep. Like I try to do that on the regular, like listen to it while I go to sleep. Sometimes I'll be forgetting to put the headphones on, but when I listen to it, it is like it's in like the affirmations is in my head. And it's another video in here with counting 100,000. That's another one. You ain't never count 100,000. What he's telling you to do is like basically this one, how to envision counting $100,000. It's a very good video. When the stuff you do before you go to sleep is how you manifest. So how you like how you pray for something. I went to sleep and I woke up and got what I prayed for. This is how you go to sleep and get what you pray for. By putting it in your head like right before and going into that feeling of that happening before you go to sleep. It's like taking it to bed with you and then like just trust that the rest will happen. I'm not the videos I put in here worked in favor of me. So I put it in here for y'all to help y'all too. So pay attention to that because I'm always putting stuff in there. Do y'all got any other things y'all want me to go back and look at? Or did y'all have any questions? I know we went kind of long on this call, but I'm gonna post it probably like within the next hour. I'm gonna post it. But if nobody has no questions, then enjoy y'all weekend. Do study. I did put some a new lesson up, lesson materials in there. Did y'all see it? under the course material. Did y'all see the course materials, Peter?
Yes.
Yeah. So y'all can study that and like use that when you studying the course material that I just put. So next week we're gonna go and like implementing that stuff. All right, y'all. Over and out. Enjoy your weekend. Rest your mind. Meditate. Have fun. Not too much fun. Don't get into no trouble. Like, but have fun.